Paul Finebaum, who has called out yet another college football coach. But out of all coaches you could call out, he calls out Matt Rhule. Take a listen. You can kind of discuss.
What Rhule do? 4 teams from this league should get in every year because this is the best league. This is the NFL of college football in my mind. It stretches from coast to coast, different time zones, different weather. That's not to diminish any other league. The SEC is amazing. These other leagues are great, but the challenge in the Big Ten is going to be really difficult.
So he says the Big Ten should just automatically get 4 teams in the playoff. Paul, what do you think of that?
Matt, stay in your lane, okay? Job 1, win enough games to get to some stupid bowl game. Don't worry about the big boys because you're not one of them. We saw what you did in the NFL. You were a complete disaster in Carolina. Somehow got this job in Nebraska, and you're talking like you belong at the table with Ohio State and Georgia. You don't.
Matt, your thoughts?
What is with this fucking guy? Like, did he forget to take his medicine or something? What? Why? What's the? Because Matt Rhule thinks that a great conference could have 4 teams. Of course, they could potentially have 4 teams. Then, let's say Ohio State's undefeated and wins it. Michigan's only loss is Ohio State. Penn State doesn't. Penn State's or say all 3 of them round robin. And Penn State beats Ohio State beats Michigan, and Michigan beats Penn State. And they all only have 1 loss. And then Nebraska or Iowa is undefeated and then wins the Big Ten. All 4 of those teams could absolutely get in. So, or SC or Washington or Oregon. Come on,
Gifford.
All right, we got a new YouTube member. We appreciate you. Throw them up and give them a shout out. Mike Bundy, we appreciate the $9.99. Nick needs shoes. You are providing shoe money. I appreciate you, Mike. That's awesome. If you were sitting next to me in the huddle, I'd slap you on the ass and say, "Good game, homie." So, like, this doesn't seem very constructive for Finebaum. This guy seems like a real dick. Now he's going after Matt Rhule, huh? Why? Why does Matt Rhule need to stay in his lane? You know what expectations are, Bailey? You know this, right? Well, there's this expectation in Lincoln, which is not crazy. It's the way that I would wish everybody operated in Boulder, honestly, that we're here to win national titles. So they've been doing that in Lincoln for a long time. So when you walk into that building and you're surrounded by it, what do you want him to go temper his fucking expectation when he goes to media day? Because of your bitch ass, Finebaum? Come on. I mean, this is just another circumstance where Paul Finebaum is putting his foot in his mouth and making this entire situation way more of a blow up than it needs to be. If you have an opinion about Nebraska and Matt Rhule, that's fine. It's your job to give it. But to attack him, like, you're not at the table, you'll never be at the table, it's for the big boys, and you're not one, and you'll never be one, blah, blah. Like, dude, damn. Damn, Paul, you're just throwing fucking just pew, 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 pew. I mean, this guy's a real bitch-made punk son bitch, dude. I do not like his fucking bitch.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, right, little $1.99. I love it, man. Appreciate it.
Finebaum's called out like 7 coaches in 4 days or so. Like, I don't know. The number is obviously a little exaggerated, but he's called out a lot of coaches, and calling out Rhule is kind of. I think it's gonna bite. He's gonna eat those.
It doesn't make sense. What Matt do? Like, and no one's calling out Paul. No one's like at media day like that. Fucking Paul Finebaum is not a big time, and he shouldn't be covering the press conferences. And he's just, who the fuck is he? What paper does he work for? He's just some guy. No, he's like watching guys give interviews and just trying to poke holes in that shit. I'm surprised. Why didn't he go after Deshaun Foster when he froze? Why not go after Deshaun, right, Paul? You're just fucking going after everybody. Might as well go after him too, right?
I know it's coming. And like, this is the thing. He just seems to be doing this for attention. Coming out Matt Rhule makes no sense to me. Matt Rhule is like has proven history of turning around programs. He brought Temple to a bowl game with that Deion Dawkins team. He brought Baylor to 11-1 in 2019. Clearly, when he went to the Panthers, he's not an NFL coach. He's a college coach. So he goes back to Nebraska. Last year, he's in the process of turning that program around. Now, I I think Nebraska will be very formidable to say the least. So for him to come out Rhule out of all coaches, I don't hear him saying shit about Ryan Day. I don't hear him saying shit about anybody in the SEC. So I don't understand more. Yeah, nothing. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Well, look, let him keep talking. You know, it's what it is. It's what Paul does. Eventually, you know, Lane Kiffin smacked his ass around verbally.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually, people are going to get real tired of this, and they're going to start going back at him. I mean, I dislike this son of a bitch wholeheartedly. I have no problem going clapping at him, but he ain't going to listen to me. Or maybe he will. I mean, shit, Paul, come on the show and let's have a debate about why, first of all, why you think your opinion matters.
Yeah. And I think it's a little bit bigger because people are going to call out, oh, you're just going at him because he didn't play. Listen to him talk. And listen. That's
not the only reason I'm going at him. Yeah. That's not true. I respect the shit out of a bunch of people that didn't play. Your opinion, as long as you understand what you're talking about and you can articulate it and we can have a conversation and you don't just sound like a fifth grader that read the fucking, you know, the Madden, the back of the Madden game and like a couple football cards, then yeah, let's talk. Let's figure this out. But if it's just going to turn into some bullshit, then of course I'm going to criticize it.
Yeah, exactly. I hear you. All right, let's move forward off of freaking Finebaum.